lively chatter bounces off brocade-covered walls. We hear the gentle glug of a wine glass being recharged with Sauvignon Blanc. Wind rustles against red-curtained windows, the outside a dreary and wet night in Briar Green, very much in contrast to the warm, inviting velvet lounges and the fire that crackles and pops within the brick fireplace of this estate. We pan through the house, seeing a friendly gathering of people. While they technically are dressed in finery, we're nowhere near their finest clothes. They chat freely, moving and mingling amongst themselves as we continue our pan over diplomas and awards and instruments and shelves upon shelves of bound sheet music. We stop in the main living area, where most of the people of this party are gathered. An elegant older woman sits upon a Baroque settee, signing to a younger man sitting beside her. The resemblance between the two is obvious enough as he signs back to her, a smile on his face, until she turns as a butler re-enters the room, gesturing to a phonograph over in the corner that has stopped playing. He nods before exiting again. Eventually, the elegant woman leaves the younger man to go talk to a woman around the same age on the other side of the room. As she does, the audio cuts. Our camera stays with the younger man, only hearing the gentle thudding of his heartbeat. He sits awkwardly, watching the room of people talk, a conversation about a student, the support of a new political candidate, someone complaining about their mother, general conversations, and the only vague statements of them he can catch on their lips. He watches the butler re-enter, carrying a black wax cylinder. As the butler loads it up onto the photograph, placing the stylus upon it. As it begins to spin, an unfamiliar young woman sits down on the settee next to him. The younger man turns and greets her. She greets him back, her lips quickly forming an apology that he forgives in an instant. As he goes to ask how she's doing, he watches her head twitch for a moment, before she turns to look across the room. A trickle of blood runs down her neck from her ear. He reaches forward, placing a hand on her shoulder and snapping his fingers. As his hand makes contact with her shoulder, suddenly a thick, crunching rumble travels down to his hand. In an instant, her head caves in. And then another person in the room. And another. And another. Bodies fall and splat onto the floor until the room is littered with death. Except for this one younger man, his mouth open and silently screaming. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gold Moulded, a Candela Obscura one-shot. I am Becca. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm going to be your game master for this lovely little snippet that I've just given all the players here. As they're all in shock, it appears at the moment. But yeah, I would like to go around and introduce my lovely cast. Let's start with the man who looks the most startled I've ever seen him in his life.
Hey! Holy shit, what a fucking wild hook. Hi everybody, I'm Jonny. I'm TalkingXP all over the internets. I am going to be playing as Dr. Eli Lorenzo, a scientist of life and death, we'll say. Yeah, and then we'll popcorn it over to the next person, which is Mozz. Right as you take a drink. Right now.
Quickly. Hi y'all, I'm Mozz. I forgot what I was supposed to introduce, but hi. I am playing Aurelia Valmont, the tycoon, the face. All charm, has the idle time to just hang out and spend a little money, a little hope core, happy little bean. Over to you, Taylor.
Hey, I'm Taylor, aka Swanky Taylor, she, her pronouns. I'll be playing good old Darian Mellow. Good old muscle man. So manly. Man. Andie.
I'm Andie. I'm Margo Mods Games online, And I'm going to be playing Lauren Marbeck. Her pronouns are she, they. And I'm still holding out hope for all those people. I think that their heads are just small now. I think they're fine.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So,
All right, then. Before we jump into the rest of the game itself, Jonny, do you want to talk to the people about something
Yeah.
we're doing today?
absolutely. So tonight we are raising money for Black Girls Code, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to teaching girls ages 7 to 17 about computer programming and digital technology. So if you are willing and able, please follow the link that is going to show up in the chat in just a second here once I remember how to do typing. You can follow it to our Tiltify link, and if you donate, you can also get some rewards where you can help the players through this, what is most likely going to be a terrifying story, and I am here for it. So we're gonna try and raise up to 200. If, again, if you are willing and able, please follow the link, and if you aren't able to donate, share it with your friends, and hopefully we can get to that 200 goal.
All right. Lovely, then. Are you guys ready to jump on in?
Yeah!
As ready as I'll ever be.
Great. Perfect. You are all in a vehicle of your choosing together on a short commute from your chapter house, the political office that you all gather and work out of, to a location a short commute away from the Briarbank College, nestled in a small section of posh homes within the Briar Green. You have been told you are heading to the estate of a woman by the name of Marina Paffenroth. This name rings a bell for all of you, especially Aurelia, as this is another funding member of a campaign that you are all very invested in. As your vehicle pulls up, there's a car that sits in front of this lavish walkway to the small porch of this Tudor-style building. And you can see the symbol of the periphery on the side of this car. In the car itself, you can see a trembling man who's fully soaked from rain that continues to pour onto the streets and the cars. Sitting outside of the car, you see a person that's toying with a cigarette in the corner of her mouth. Like a little newsy cap on, and a very nice dress that is now fully soaking wet. But she stands there, smoking as your vehicle is starting to pull up on this scene.
Aurelia is in their finest, but they're wearing long pants, new suspenders with the symbol, like octopus tentacles for each of the clasps. They have a cigarette case that they open up. They have not taken their lighter. So when they come in, they open the window just a little bit. Mind if I have a light?
Yeah, of course. And she looks and recognizes you all and hurries over to your car, just letting the rain fully soak her as she kind of trots on up. As she approaches, she kind of extends a lighter from her own pocket and holds it out to you.
If they can, they will take the cigarette that they already have, use it to light it. They're like, no, this should be fine. Put it back into their hands, give them a little wink, and be like, well, you shouldn't be getting too wet out here.
I mean, I'm waiting around, so luckily you're all the ones I'm waiting for.
Here until you have to go.
That would work for me.
Good.
Trudy Gab. And she does a little flick of her hand and a business card appears in it as she holds it out to you.
The window is this high.
Yeah.
So
She's still trying to get
pull it through.
her hand in there. Yeah.
Trudy. Oh, look at that.
Trudy Gab, journalist.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. The other door's unlocked if you want to go around.
Oh, okay. trots around the side of the car and opens it to a lot more people who are presumably also in this vehicle, i.e. the rest of you. Just, hi. All right.
Yes, a full party here, so.
So I see, yeah. At least it's nice and dry in here, right?
Yeah, so if you want something, we should have something in here. But and they pull out like a blanket or something from underneath, and they kind of cover Trudy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Something that Trudy sees when she first enters into this limo slash regular car is Dr. Eli, who is about early 50s. So he has a black and white, graying goatee that has a little bit of scruff on the sides as well. So it's not really perfectly kept. He has really curly and thick hair that is combed back and underneath a also newsy hat. But what she notices the most is a glare that comes from Dr. Lorenzo. And then he looks over towards any identification that Trudy has about which news source she works for, because of reasons.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just looking over her, she's in relatively nice finery with like a bag that's kind of like slung over her shoulder that it seems like the hat isn't fitting the rest of her thing. It just looks like suddenly a scoop happened and she just whipped a hat out of her bag to put it on. She's dressed a lot nicer than you'd think like a journalist who's trying to get a scoop would be wearing out at a scene like this.
They Aurelia just has their hand behind their back and kind of like really crowding them a little bit and reading them just to be like, well, you don't want to be cold out here, that's fine. We have, well, some esteemed guests, and if they can see the professor or Eli just there, just be like, give them a look like, he'll be fine.
He
Maybe.
just looks down and shakes his head.
You're the ones that like up above sent, right?
What do you know?
Up above.
Like
Like Jesus, Darian, turn back around.
well,
Yeah,
I
I
haven't worked at a
imagine
church in years.
Darian and Lauren are like in the front two seats behind like a separation. And right as she asks, like, were you sent by people up above? We like roll down the window and both turn.
Yeah. We know.
I mean, maybe sent by the Lord. I wasn't particularly asking on that front. I more so meant like, your Lightkeeper sent you all this way, right?
Yes. We were briefed
Great.
only a little about what happened. Something about head popping.
Yeah, that's
Most
not as much as
disturbing.
I've gotten to.
It sounded like a little party.
Party poppers.
All right, there's a bunch of dead
he
people
has a
in there.
humorous side. Wow.
Oh, I'll never see the day.
Never. What
Okay.
you were saying.
Oh yeah, I mean yes, yeah. There certainly was a party that was happening here. I was relatively nearby and heard the screaming, so.
Were you there at the party?
God no. I mean, would have liked to be. No, I was
You would have liked your head to pop.
no. Correction. Yeah, no, not on that front. No, I was on a date nearby.
Ah, where's your date?
Still there. I'm technically in the bathroom right now and have been for a little bit. It's not concerning, I'm sure. I'm sure that she'll still be there when I get back. definitely wasn't half an hour ago.
So who's the lucky gal that you ghosted then?
Is that's
I'm sure they were quite a bore. You seem like a treat.
Thank you. She was very nice, very kind. She just didn't have a lot of exciting interests, unfortunately for her part.
That's
But
fair.
yeah, that's neither here nor there. There's like, haven't gone in yet. Mostly I've been dealing with. She kind of gestures to the other car, with them and also the survivor.
I'm gonna take a look at the other car. You said that there was a symbol on the side of it. Would I recognize it?
This is the symbol of the periphery.
Periphery. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Luckily, it's only Alistair, and he's a pushover. So, he hasn't been that much of an annoyance, but...
We outnumber him, so perhaps we can get some answers.
Hopefully, he's in there now. I've been trying to take care of the kid that's in the
There's a
car,
kid
but...
as well?
Yeah, I mean, he's like 20 or some shit.
Was he at the party?
Yeah. Survivor.
Survivor singular.
That's what he implied.
Ooh.
She kind of pulls out like a notebook and kind of flips through a few pages. Yeah, that's what he wrote. That he got out of there pretty quick, but he didn't see anyone else alive.
Well, perhaps we should attempt speaking with him.
Yeah.
I agree.
His name's Hugo. He's the nephew or something, I think, of the lady of the house.
Oh, wow. Poor kid. Should we all have to surround? No, I feel like one of us should approach the kid. But for the other one, oh yes, Lorenzo, first person I thought of as charming to a survivor. Number one on that list was you.
You know me too well. All right. You know me too well.
But for the other one, Darian, Lauren, maybe we could get them to just give us, some space. Give us some answers. Alistair, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. They wrap their hand around Trudy and give them like a tight squeeze and try to get them warm up. You stay in here if you need.
Thank you. I mean, I won't obviously take too much of your hospitality, ma'am. That would be rude, but I'll at least cool down a little, warm up a little bit, I guess.
No
Yes.
worries. And ma'am is my mother-in-law, so don't worry. Call me Ori.
All right. Yes. Pleasure. Thank you.
Francine will keep you company while we're gone. And he looks over to this very silent and just 1,000-yard stare person that is just looking out the window of the vehicle as rain continues to stream down it.
Oh, wow. Hi. Yeah. What an honor. I've
She's
heard and read about.
Not much of a talker, so treat it like the date that you were on.
That's really
But
unfortunate. I would
stay
have loved
inside
to.
this time.
Okay. I mean, I would have loved to get an interview with
As I said, she's not much of a talker.
Yes. Best leave her to the wonderful view.
She looks out of the car into just the dreary pouring sheets of rain. Goes, yeah. Okay. Cool. Well,
I'm sure you have a book or something to keep you company while we're gone. As he gets ready to get out of the car.
yeah. I'll just write my report about the scene. Yeah.
Good. He slaps her knee as he takes a step outside. And then he turns around and raises his hand for Ari to help her out.
Yeah, they use that to come out. If Darian is watching. They're like, it's fine, don't worry. And we'll come out the door.
Step out of this vehicle into the cold and rain.
So
So then, should I go with you, Audrey, or should I go with him?
I think you should go with me. And I think, well, let's ask Lauren, Darian. Do you want to talk with the kid or handle the grump over there?
I'm better with grumps than with kids.
I think I'm better with a grump. I was scared the child.
That's what I thought. Cool. All right.
Well,
They'll take Lorenzo's like arm, lead the way, and they're in like high pumps, so they're taking it real slow.
Darian pop an umbrella for to hand over to her. Please
Thank
take
you.
this.
Thank you. Thank you.
allow me. And then he holds the umbrella for her. And we
And
walk over
Lauren
to the
and-
other car.
Yeah. You guys walk to the car, and Lauren and Darian begin to walk to the estate itself.
Mm.
Okay. We will start with the car since that is significantly closer. You walk up to this vehicle, and you can see this kind of this shaggy-haired, like younger man, fully drenched in rain, is just kind of like shaking back and forth in like the back seat of this car currently. But like as you begin to,
They lean down from like holding Lorenzo's like arm to like tap on the window with like long manicured nails. Hello, darling. Look, do you need anything? Something to drink? Something warm?
doesn't seem to notice you.
Hello?
I will onto the window.
Kind of like jumps and kind of turns.
Well, I guess that's one way to get attention. Can you,
He rolls down the window.
Hello, Aurelia Valmont. And this here is Dr. Eli Lorenzo. How are you doing today?
He signs at you. Bad?
Interesting.
Oh, I'm so
A
sorry to
bunch
hear
of
that.
people just died?
We did hear about that. Well, you're safe in here, and we just had a couple of questions, if that's all right. What was the kid's name? Did they share? Did Trudy share?
No, not
Hu-
Alistair. That was the other guy. Hugo. That's right.
Hugo, yeah.
Well, Hugo, I don't have little brothers like myself, but I know that you must have been excited for this party. What was your night like when beforehand? How did you get here?
By car.
Oh, did someone invite you?
My aunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was your aunt
They look over to
inside when this happened?
Just talking with a work friend.
a work friend?
Another professor.
They like do a slight like pull on Lorenzo's arm.
Yes. Do they both work at the Briarbank College?
Oh.
What was your aunt's name?
He will sign Marina Paffenroth at you.
Of course.
Of the Pathroth. Wow.
Do I know what field she had taught?
I would say like as as she is both like someone that you're familiar with the university, presumably, and also she has like been funding the political campaign a little bit. You know that
Right,
she
yeah.
is one of like the heads of the music department.
Music. Okay. Huh. Music. Well. Interesting. And the other, do you
We
know
must-
the other person's name? You do. Can you describe them to me?
It's like 50s, long, graying, like brown hair.
Man or woman?
Woman.
Well, something to follow up on if we need to. You can continue your question.
Oh, I think you've answered too many of ours. You must be tired, exhausted. They pull out this like billfold and find like a little note. Do you want me to get you something? Something to eat? Anything?
Still feel nauseous.
That's a ginger soda then.
Sure.
Okay. They look like they turn to like look to see where they could buy one, but they turn mostly to like talk to Lorenzo and whisper to him. I don't feel like asking that child any more questions. I don't know if they know anything else.
I just
Well,
completely
without
turn around
much
so
struggle.
that they can't see us.
Hoping the rain
I think-
muffles them.
I think that we have information about what happened to everyone in there. And we still need to see the crime scene, so maybe we leave him and come back if we have any clarifying questions. We can speak to Alistair so that we can make sure that we have access to the only witness if he decides.
It's true. Okay. Let's head to Alistair then. If they can see someone in the rain, that like they're just gonna be like, yoo-hoo. Can you buy this poor boy just this ginger soda for me? You can keep the change.
Oh, yeah, yeah, totally.
Good. Oh, awesome. Amazing.
Overpaid by like 10 bills, like totally just came up on making this. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you pay a random passerby on the street and who runs off to hopefully buy a ginger soda for this kid. But
They'll like
just
have a
write
look in their
down-
face of like, just, I will check. Turn back to tap on the window of Hugo to like roll it back up while saying like, stay warm. Everything's going to be completely okay. And then really with like a chippy, like very attitude, like it's raining and there's puddles and I can jump in all the puddles, like gets back the arm of Lorenzo's like, okay, we're in.
Well, then let's see what we have in store for us. I hope you're not squeaming, because I can
Oh,
almost
after the
guarantee.
things I've seen you work on? No.
Too true, too true. Well, this way then. And he carries the umbrella as we continue towards the front.
The other two of you have gone to the house itself. The door of it is currently ajar. You just stepping inside?
I think as we're sort of like walking towards the house, I want to like lean into Darian. Maybe I've like handed him an umbrella and I'm sort of like huddling under for us to share. And just say, so what do you think of all this?
It's, like out of character, so is like asking about the house itself or just the whole situation in general.
The whole situation, the like, we're walking through the rain to this house where like a bunch of people got their heads blown up, and we know practically nothing about it. This could be like a hot scene. It could be cool by now. I am sort of like looking to you for, I don't know, a read, an approach.
Is there a role that Darian can do to like scan, like just looking at the house and stuff to see if we get a feel of the place?
I believe that would be a survey roll.
I have nothing in survey.
So you're gonna roll 2d6 and take the lowest.
Exciting. Fantastic, everyone. We're all trigger sorry. 5.
That's a full success, or is that a...
Mixed success.
He didn't hear you, but okay.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No.
Oh, mixed success. Sorry. 6
Yeah.
is the only full success. Yeah.
Got it. I remember the rules of this game, everyone. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this house itself, a lot of it is like obscured by the rain that's happening, but it seems like a very just normal, fancy estate within the Briar Green. There's like, it's like the garden is well maintained. There's not like, there's like signs of like a lot of people that had like come here. There's a lot of like vehicles that are still like in the driveway and such. It just seems like a kind of picture perfect exterior of a home. You do see some bloody footprints leaving the house, kind of in the direction of the car, the one that Hugo is currently sitting in. But past that, scene looks relatively normal.
I think Darian would pull out his stopwatch, his pocket watch, and use it as like a bleed detector.
Okay.
Right now to see the scan.
Yeah. Starting to, like, scanning with it out here, nothing seems to be picking up on it. It just kind of is.
But I think Darren will like hold Lauren a little bit closer and be like, we just should just stay vigilant. Like, it still could be a hot scene. I have my detector out, and if it gets too rough, we'll just come right back out. If you are okay with that.
Yep. Let's do it.
The warm air of the estate is a welcome relief from the pouring rain outside. Stepping in, you see this beautifully posh home full of walls and walls of art and awards and family photos. You can hear kind of in the distance as you step in, the rain kind of muffling as you do, a very distant kind of scratching sound of a phonograph stylus scraping at the end of a recording, with nothing else left to play on it. If you choose to follow the sound, or follow the footprints that lead kind of through an archway into what looks like a lot bigger of a room. Do you go?
I think I followed the footprints first.
Okay. It does not take you long to track both these footprints, the sound, and find a truly horrifying sight. Blood pools on the hardwood floor, creating elegant nimbuses behind sunken heads of several different bodies. Around 15 or so in this like large kind of party room. Blood is splattered on crudité, wine glasses are smashed on the ground, and there are small little yellow triangles with numbers on them placed around the scene here. You can see in this room there's another archway that exits it, and you can see a light flash and a camera shutter sound from the next room. You appear to be in a large party room full of corpses.
We should have taken the kid. This is so deeply fucked.
It is very fucked. But what are we gonna do with the kid? The kid's just gonna scream and run away.
I mean, at least Eli would know what to do with these bodies.
You're right. And
Did
then-
you hear that camera shatter?
Yeah, like we saw the flash, right? Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like as that like happened in there, it's like eyes like squints for a moment from the flashing light. I was like, I'll go in first, and like, so like takes the lead to figure out like who's taking pictures, if anyone's even here.
You walk through that archway into the next room and kind of see this kitchen area that has a few more bodies in it. You see only one or two, and you see this probably this like 5'5" scrawny man in a raincoat that is way too big for him. This like, and you can smell even past the scent of just iron and gore. You can smell just whiskey kind of like drifting off of him. He's got like a large camera and he's taking pictures of the of one of the imploded heads that is in this room. And he kind of looks up as you walk in and he goes, "Hey."
It's very rude to take pictures of the dead.
"Oh, yeah, sorry, I won't investigate and document next time."
Was that you cops?
Sort of.
Sort
You-
of.
Trudy's friends?
No.
What the hell are you doing in this house?
I should be asking you that first.
Investigating the scene of a crime.
But you're not a cop.
It's more complicated than that.
Well, try to make it less complicated.
I'm just trying to investigate what's going on here.
What do you learn?
Bunch of people's heads blew up. Typically a bad sign.
Well, they must pay you the big bucks for that.
They don't really.
Right. So, he like cracks his knuckles. We can do this. It was like the easy way or the hard way. Like, I feel like I've been very nice so far.
So have I.
Sure. Right.
Lauren's gonna step between the two of them and just be like, I love that there's like a pissing contest going on in the middle of a mansion full of dead bodies, but can we focus here?
Right. Sorry. Didn't mean to disrespect the dead like that. Do apologize.
No, Darian, you're good. Hey, sorry, what was your name?
Alistair Esterson.
Alistair
Yes.
Esterson, Mr. Not a Cop, checking out dead bodies with an attitude unwarranted by your skill, I suppose. Can you show us what you've learned?
Besides the heads.
Besides the heads, well, there's only one survivor. Kid ran out of here once once everything exploded around him.
Yeah. Right.
Looking through things, the kid doesn't seem to know much. Looked through some things, found that he kind of gestures over to a trash can in the room that has another one of those little, crime scene placards in front of it. And you can see that there's like a box that's like sitting like half out of the trash can. That looks like something recently got opened from there. That scraping's been happening pretty much since I got here. It's real annoying, but I haven't touched it yet. So there's that. Kid says that no one entered the house or anything weird. He was just sitting, chatting. People's heads exploded.
Didn't you have a chance to talk to the kid?
when I got here. He's in
Were
my
you the
car.
first? Were you the
Which one?
first on the scene?
Second, Trudy called me.
So Trudy was here first. Have you met her girlfriend?
The date she was on? No. Knowing Trudy, it won't go well.
Do we have any reason to? And I don't put this lightly, but a lot of my friends here are academics and they wouldn't ask, but how much do you trust Trudy?
As much as I trust anyone in her line of work. I mean, not the journalist kind, but that too. I also don't trust journalists either. But
Right, right.
Do we know what he's referring to?
I don't know. Do you?
Which line of work are you talking about? Darian will ask.
Or outside of journalistic activities, kind of things that make her stick around crime scenes that don't make any sense.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take a walk. Darian, if you want to keep talking to Alistair, please do. But I want to spend some time in the crime scene and use one of my abilities, which is if I have time to observe a location, I can spend an intuition to ask a question.
Oh.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah.
So I want to take a bit of a stroll.
Sure.
And the question I want to ask is, what do I notice here that others do not see?
What do you notice here that others do not see?
And if
Okay.
it makes it easier to answer that question, I would be happy to take a stroll by the scratching recorder.
Oh, you want to walk by over there. Lovely. Yeah, you leave Darian to wander through the to tiptoe through the bloodstains.
Mhm.
Darian, are you staying with Alistair or?
I also was gonna have Darian go to the rec because he's annoyed by that noise.
That's valid. Yeah. You both leave Alistair. He doesn't seem to stop you. He just resumes taking photos of the scene that is happening in the other room. Since you're both going towards different things, I'll give you both different things. How about? Lauren, as you are walking through this space, you pass by one of these bodies of like an older looking, well, person. Their face is blown up. So it's hard to make out any specific details, but you see from like their like pocket of the like suit that they are wearing, there is like a crumpled piece of paper shoved in it.
Yoink.
You yoink that out of there, and do you uncrumple it, presumably?
No, I'm just gonna eat it. Yeah, I would love
great.
to read that.
Yeah, eating it, you gather that on the piece of paper, it says, Professor Paffenroth, I am done being ignored by idiots who think they know better. You will regret what you have done to me. People do not just ruin my life and move along with a smile. It is unsigned.
Wow. Well, I'm going to pocket that. Great. I love a good bit of gossip.
Yeah. Darian, you walk over to the phonograph that's scratching over in the corner. You see that sitting on it is a black wax cylinder that has reached the end of its recording and is just spinning there, and the stylus is just scraping across the edge of it.
I wanna hover my bleed detector over it before touching anything.
You hover your bleed detector over it, and your bleed detector beeps.
Oh. Darren's not gonna touch that at this moment in time. will inform. I'm gonna hope that and tell
Yep.
Lauren is that I have heavy bleed over here.
It's not particularly heavy. It's more like light to moderate, but it's still noticeable than the rest of the room. And around this
So-
point, I would say your friends are probably friends, coworkers are entering the room as well.
Hello.
They just
Hello.
I'm going to take the umbrella and shake off all of the rain, allowing Ari to go wherever she would like.
Yeah, they
But I'm
walk far away from the water. Just nope. Oh, this is
sorry.
vintage, but it's
Why don't
fine.
you-
It's fine.
I just said here. It's like Darian holds out the hand for her if she needs
Oh,
the help.
thank
Got
you,
it.
thank you, Darian.
There you go.
What have you seen so far? Anything good? How's that Alistair man? I don't know really much about him.
Well, he didn't have much helpful information. Trudy was first on the scene. Alistair and Darian almost got into a fist fight, and he was taking pictures.
Yeah, that sounds like
but
periphery.
I did find a bit of salacious gossip, and I'm going to take out the little piece of paper and say, we have a possible motive, but nobody to match the handwriting to.
Oh, I love this. So scandalous.
And we have
And they're just
bleed.
reading through it. I am done being ignored by idiots. Oh, who think they know better. Oh, you can feel that. Is it where it's like idiots? Is it like underlined like really hard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
like,
it.
oh my god, you can feel it. Is there a hole through? Oh my god, it is. You will regret what you have done to me. Oh, you just can feel the anger. People do not just ruin my life. Oh my goodness, I can't. I'm laughing. There you go, Lauren. Oh.
Well, if we could get handwriting samples from some people, we might be able to cross-reference this note with theirs.
As you say that, Dr. Lorenzo has like walked into the threshold of the party area and just looks and says, well, not unless it was one of them, which, who knows, could have been collateral damage.
Yeah, or
But
he
this
follows back
feels-
like, oh, yes, collateral damage. This feels,
The
you were
hell is
saying?
that?
What?
He notices the record scratching.
Oh, it's over here. There's bleed on it.
Oh,
We're not touching it. Unless you want
I
to,
see.
Doctor. I'll trust
Well,
your
I-
guidance.
I might as well take a look, see what there is to see about it.
Okay.
I will approach the record
Mhm.
that I had just heard.
You approach it. You see that on the phonograph is sitting a black wax cylinder that the stylus is scraping across it.
Ah,
It's clearly finished playing at this point, and it's just still spinning.
is there
Should
any
we-
like empty cases that are around that like would hold this in it?
You can make a.
Stenograph? What the fuck is it again?
This is a record.
Record. Oh, it is a record.
This is
oh, interesting.
it's called a wax cylinder. Yes.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I never knew
Yes. Yeah. You do make a little survey check for me.
that. Okay.
Have a little look see around.
Is this
make
the
a
first
roll.
roll?
No.
No.
Darian made one literally earlier.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
You said survey, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Trying to find something.
That is a 4.
A 4. Looking around like this room in particular, you don't see any like of the typical kind of cases that these would come in. You do see that there is a dead butler relatively nearby. But that's about all you see. You don't see any particular like case for this in this particular room.
Do I see other cases around here?
Oh yes, there are
Okay.
plenty of like these kind of cylinders around the room and like cases for them.
Got it. So I'm looking through them. I don't see any empty ones. I just see all
No.
the full ones, and then I see.
Yes.
And the butler that is on the floor, does this person have any case in their hand or anything like that?
Checking out the butler, going through like their stuff, it doesn't appear that they have a case on them. You do see that they have some like in one of their pockets there's some like torn like packing material. And like a litter opener in their pocket.
I'll just slide that out of the pockets and just bring it back with me to the group of people. Well, I saw the record that you spoke of. There was indeed some bleed on it. The person that we had spoken to outside, Hugo, his aunt was the one that owns this estate. He said that he was, well, he didn't say this, but it was clear that he was deaf. He wasn't able to hear. And so I wonder...
Oh, you don't think...
Well...
But I love music at a party.
Of course, but... What if that was the last music they heard?
This droll.
Well, I know one surefire way to find out. Let's get Alistair up here.
I like this plan.
This is
Alistair!
Should we, Darian asked, should we stuff our ears with something? Earplugs?
Well,
just in case.
Is there any dead bodies out here in this area?
In like the room that are you
Like
all
the main like foyer kind of area?
in the main foyer? No, there are not any bodies in this area.
Is there any blood?
There are the bloody footprints of Hugo's leaving the
Bloody
room.
footprints, okay.
And now any of yours who have walked through blood.
Yeah, you just see little like tiptoes as Ori is walking through, just you. But the record player, it's playing something, right? And you cannot really touch something with bleed. But can I like grab a fork or something from the table to like stop it?
Yeah. You can like grab
pull
a
the
fork
pin
and like
off of it, okay.
and like lift the stylus up off of it, and the like scraping sound of the stylus along the wax stops. And
Okay.
Ori and Eli, you see Alistair kind of step out from like the kitchen area, like this scrawny guy in a huge coat, with like a camera like around his neck. He goes, "You called?"
Hello,
Alistair.
Dr. Eli Lorenzo. This is Ori.
Aurelia Valmont. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Yes. Alistair Esterson.
So we were told that you were investigating this, well, mass death.
Spontaneous mass death. Yep.
Have you looked into the record room by any chance?
I've heard that it was making sound. Hadn't touched it yet. Was taking pictures of everything before I started touching a lot of stuff.
Well,
but I saw it was making a bunch of sound, and now it's not. That's good at least. Hopefully you didn't get prints on it or anything.
No, I wouldn't want that. The issue is there's a lot of information and it's raining out there. I swear my head is swimming and I haven't had, a cup of coffee in a while. Is there anything you can share with me? And they're kind of doing that with like an air of someone who's like, you're going to tell me things.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use sway?
Sure.
I have 2 notches in it. What does that mean?
That means you rolled 2 dice.
Got it.
and take the higher.
While this is happening,
Yeah.
I think Eli is going to be looking towards Lauren and Darian and making sure that he understood the way that they were saying whether or not he is sending Alistair to go turn this record on, because Eli doesn't give a fuck. But I just want to make sure that those two are fine with having a literal murder on their fucking conscience.
Darren,
Well, possible, I guess.
I mean, Lauren was kidding, but she would let it happen.
Darren was not
Amazing.
kidding. And no,
I love that we are in this circle together. Incredible. All right.
What'd you get?
I got rolled 2 5s, but Ori does hand them the knife, be like, be my guest.
To put it back to.
Yes, if you haven't inspected yet, feel free.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to mess up anything, so.
Right.
Everyone-
Sure.
As he steps away, everyone take a step back.
Yeah. How far away are you all getting?
I think we are going to go back into the foyer and cover our fucking ears.
Okay.
yeah.
He walks forward with this and goes, "Where? You all didn't want to investigate it too?"
Sorry, our ears are ringing from the rain outside. Just 1 second. There we go.
All right. You see him approach the. You smart, Alistair? No. You see him approach the phonograph and kind of move the stylus back to the start of the thing. And you're all plugging your ears. You kind of hear some like muffled sound from the other room as presumably this begins to play. What you do hear, even with you all plugging your ears, eventually is a thump, a loud thump hitting the ground. How long do you stay covering your ears?
Well, you can.
When they
You're
put
saying
the
that we
pin
can
back in.
hear.
Yeah, are you looking?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You watch him put the stylus on it, and it begins to spin and play, and you see him just kind of like looking at it, just staring there, and you see like he kind of presses his hand to the side of his head, and like blood begins to trickle
When
down from his ear.
what is it? The hold on, the stream.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, back on. Weird. Okay.
We good?
Okay,
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
folks.
you're good. When the sound is coming, like the muffled sound comes from the other room, and seeing that interaction, just want to clarify. When they put the pin back on the record, they start at
Yeah.
the top of the record.
They start at the beginning of it, yes.
Can I use my hand weapon to knock that stylus off that record?
You gonna like try to throw like a, or
I don't know what a hand weapon is. I'm gonna guess it's a gun.
You're just
wanna
gonna
shoot-
shoot. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
you want to
Shoot
just
it.
shoot at the stylus? Yeah, that's a. Johnny, which one of these is good for shooting?
Control.
Control. That would be a control
die.
rule. Yeah.
We can give like the assist action, right?
Yeah.
If it makes
I
sense
want-
thematically.
If I can, whoever's giving me the assist action, I will release the ear so I can put my ear to their body, so that way I can stabilize myself and also muffle my ears.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Eli is not. Once you unplug your ear, you hear interesting as this is all like going down.
Yeah, for
Oh,
the brief
man.
second that you like uncover your ear, you hear a dreary viola melody for just a few moments, and a very deep and vibrating male voice rumbling out of it in a language you don't understand before you slam your ear
Oh.
against another person's.
Oh god, I love that.
Is an assist
That's so
two.
creepy.
What an assist is another die? Yes. Yes.
One extra die. You also do have an extra die because
Oh,
We got
you were given one.
a donation from TK, so thank you, TK, for the
Okay.
donation.
Thank you. Okay, I'll use that one. Thank you again, TK, and hopefully I'll get another one later on. Oh, that's a 6. Oh, double 6.
Hey, let's go.
Hey.
Oh, that's a crit.
That is a crit. So are you just trying to? What is your intention? Are you just trying to shoot the stylus off of the cylinder and not like? What are you trying to shoot here?
Stop the music.
You're just trying to stop the music. Okay. You like slam yourself against another person, aim and hold, and fire your gun as you manage to just fully blast the stylus off of this record, and it goes like shooting through like the window that's kind of behind this, leaving the rest of the phonograph and the wax cylinder that sits on it intact, but still spinning, just not with the stylus on it anymore. And you see Alistair kind of like jolt, and like, you know, he's still like grabbing his head, his blood is trickling down his ears.
Now we have to answer for this. Are you okay, Alistair?
What?
What did you hear?
The weird song.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it. It was very poor singing.
Interesting. He
Here,
just starts
and they will
writing
take
in
a bit
journal.
of their handkerchief to start dabbing at the blood.
Oh.
No, don't mess with it. Here, there you go. That's all.
Now, by weird song, do you mean what exactly do you mean? Something that you're not interested in, or something that
It was this, it just felt deep and like it was rattling my entire head around, and like my head was getting squashed in a vice as I continued to listen to it. It was just, it like, and just so sad.
Oh,
sad, deep vice?
it's all right. It's over now. Good to know. Here, you can actually keep that one. I have a couple of those.
Thank you.
I know it's monogrammed, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was noticing. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your participation. We truly appreciate it.
Right. Were you anticipating that
No, of course not.
that would be the outcome?
He just continues writing.
Right.
And would you say that you
That would
feel
be
any sort of symptoms at the moment? Are you feeling drowsy or discombobulated or anything like that?
I feel like I'm swimming through mashed potatoes.
Interesting. He'll take out his bleed detector, which is... Dr. Lorenzo doesn't wear glasses, but he pulls out a monocle that he then like twists, and then it turns into a bleed detector that he can see through. Does he see any bleed over Alistair?
You see, kind of originating from his ears, these like purple, kind of almost UV veins kind of trickling out from his ear. I mean, you can see them kind of like thrumming kind of with his heartbeat.
Interesting. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And he just, without another word, just leaves and goes into the other room.
Well,
Well. Do
so
you
that
need
is
anything?
contaminating a crime scene. You did shoot a record player.
Oh, they won't even miss that.
Well, you did play a record player, isn't that
You did.
tampering?
And it's
Oh,
another
good one
form
there,
I'll fill
Darian.
out.
Or you don't have to. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything?
They put their arm around Alistair. My hands were kind of covering my ears, so I don't think you saw anything.
I will file that report then. But Trudy is going to owe me one after this. You have a better chance of getting shit done than we do.
Good to know.
I think instead of going into the other room, I'm gonna go back to the car
Okay.
to speak to Hugo
Okay.
if he's still there.
Yeah. You walk back out to Hugo. He's holding now a ginger soda.
And I'll wave to him, and then I'll use what little sign I know to say. I'll just kind of express. And I'll say, I'll write down in my journal, who gave this to your aunt? And I'll show it.
He will sign back to you, presumably you will understand, that she had gotten it in the mail.
Today.
He shrugs.
Thank you. And then he will walk back up into the manor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I spoke with Hugo, and he stated that this record was sent in the mail. Not sure when. Alistair, did you see a trash can anywhere?
The trash can I pointed out to your friends who were mean to me in the kitchen? Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to do all those details.
Yeah, it's like, we don't really like a bit of a gossip.
Yes, thank you, Alistair.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I need to sit down.
Yeah, you should do that.
You can see he starts to go into go towards the nearest chair and realize that there's a full body slumped over on it and blood everywhere, and he just goes and turns and walks to a different room and sits in a different chair.
I will head over to the trash can and take a look.
Yeah.
Darian will follow.
Yeah, in the trash can there is a box that has some torn kind of tape and packing material on it, that you see has a shipping label on it that is addressed to one Marina Paffenroth that's been sent from the Thornborn Phonograph Company.
Thornborn.
Yeah. And in that box you can see an unlabeled one of these cardboard cylinders.
Does it have a name, this cylinder?
There's not one on the box for it itself. You would know,
Okay.
probably haven't seen these before. Their names for them are typically on the sides of them.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well then, let's go take a look at what the name is, shall we?
Engraved on the side of this black wax cylinder, it reads, "The Eulogy of Carnetta" by Aldrich Blyer. I'll give that to you.
That was close.
Hey, Carnetta.
Darian be like, that doesn't sound like a party song.
No, it is not.
This
Could be-
Aldrich, though.
I was like, I think we just learned a new location we should go to.
Yeah, Thornborn Phonography Company. Well, shall... We don't need to tell Alistair we're leaving. Well, shall we
Bye.
then?
Yes.
I'll take
This
a
is
quick
really
peek in the
nice.
I'll take a quick peek in the party room just to see if there's anything that I can sense, but I think we've got our next location.
Yeah, most of what you sense kind of like from the party room is that wax cylinder itself.
I would like to use bleed containment spell to contain the cylinder, to take that with us.
Okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
nice. Hell yeah.
You kind of like suck the bleed almost out of this cylinder itself, and you then can reach out and remove it itself. So now you have one of these lovely little things.
Right into the slot so that it's covered.
Right into his satchel.
Perfect.
Well,
shall we head?
yeah, I feel a little bad. Alistair, we're leaving.
Oh.
Hopefully, you have a good rest of your investigation.
Yep.
Thank you so much for your patronage.
Good luck. See you never.
Oh, all right. I won't write that you were here.
Have a great time filling out paperwork.
Good man.
Fucking Candela.
I'll take out the umbrella and then open it and then bring Ari back to the car.
Darian will follow suit where Lauren pulling out the umbrella.
To Thornbone Phonography Company.
Precisely. It is easy enough to find. It is a factory. The Thornborn Phonograph Company is a small building buried between much larger factories within the steel. There is a brilliant billboard with swirling text that makes it very visible from the street itself. And there are dim lights that shine out from the frosted steel-framed windows. There's a simple chain link fence that surrounds the building as you kind of pull up in front of it. But you see that the main drive up gate is currently open on one of the sides. And there is a moped resting in front, a few feet in front of the main doors of this small little factory. But you're here? You wanted to talk in the car?
No, I think the answers that we're going to find are inside. Did we bring Trudy with us?
Trudy was in your
Trudy
car.
in the car still?
Trudy was still in your car. Did you kick her
I
out
imagine
of your
that
car?
I imagine that we come back and Trudy's like just sitting right next to Francine, like just whispering questions to her, and then Francine is just like,
I'm
nothing.
really intrigued by this this one right here that you've been. Hi, you're back.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. How did it go?
Is this an issue that we're going to have to solve right now?
Oh, they'll be fine. Oh, it's fine. Trudy, it's okay. Francine needs... Maybe not needs, but here, sit next to me. And we'll move.
You just kind of
What kind of
move
then?
her over.
Yeah, Darren will switch places with Trudy and sit next to
Okay.
Francine.
Yeah. But yeah, you abduct Trudy, her date fully abandoned at this point, and take her
We
to...
did not do that.
What? Yeah, no.
We didn't do that.
She abandoned her own date.
True.
But yeah,
So we see a abandoned moped outside of a larger facility that a chain link fence has opened up and a clear entryway is visible, right?
yeah.
Well, there's no better time than the present, shall we?
Darren's gonna look at the moped.
It's like an army green moped. It's kind of getting soaked in the rain at the moment. There's a helmet kind of like dangling on one of the handlebars that is mostly full of water because it's like, the water is dribbling out of it as it's just hanging there.
Is it one of those mopeds that has the seat is also like a storage thing?
Yes.
Darren's gonna prop that open.
Yeah, you pop that open. Inside of here, you see that there is like a little bag with some like knitting needles and yarn kind of sticking out of it. And you see that there's like some file folders that are kind of in here, as well as like a little like change of clothes in here as well.
the folders and stuff, is there any like names written on it or anything?
And you flip through the file folders, and it's just like it looks like financial reports for like the current like who's currently buying like which different wax cylinders, what are like the materials currently sitting at, a lot of like financial paperwork, all kind of like written in like.
It's almost like a delivery driver. Or...
It looks more like fancy than it's more like keeping track of numbers. It looks more like administrative than delivery.
Is it handwritten?
Yes.
Does it match the writing on the note?
No.
Okay.
Do we see Eulogy of Carnetta on there?
You scroll through all of like the different like things on there. That is not one of the names.
Yeah. Okay.
On there.
Is the artist Aldrich on there?
No.
Is there address?
There are a lot of different addresses on here of like people that have like placed specific orders for records and stuff. That you see that like most of them are getting sent to like either like music stores or like some are just getting sent directly to the university itself. But like there's not a lot of like residential addresses.
University is a good sign. Call it where they usually send these to, but we should probably check inside of here first.
This might not apply, but like Ori just starts talking about, oh, and I have too much time on my hands, and sometimes code breaking is so fun. And they're just like writing the name over and over in like different like and like changing the letters around. I would like to use Idle Rich. I don't know what it means, but
that's what I love about an ability. I want to use this ability that I don't know what it means.
It's something. It does
Ori
something.
has had a lot of free time
things.
to pursue whatever their whimsy directs you to that day. So when I'm rolling with no action points, I can roll with 1d and tell the group about the time I dabbled in that pursuit and why you ultimately dropped it. I'm going to roll with 1d on that skill for the rest of the investigation.
Ooh.
Okay. So what skill are you using?
Is it the under the nerve, cunning, intuition stuff?
It would be one of those skills that you don't have any action points in.
If you're trying to decipher something, it would be focus that you're looking at.
Oh, I do have something in it.
Which I also do. Dr. Lorenzo is very good at focus. That is my speciality.
Darian has
For just
nothing
this
to
run,
focus.
could I run it with 2d?
I can do I can use one of my abilities, which is saw this coming, and I can add a die to your roll by saying how we prepared for this kind of situation together. So I think it would be like flashback to us, like me teaching you code breaking, and us like spending.
Yeah, I really
just,
just
like,
wanted to
breaking
use
code.
this skill to just have Ori just talk everyone's ear out of how they went learning code breaking with Lauren and why they stopped doing it because, well, there was this one guy who kept asking Ori out and they're just like, no, I'm a wealthy widower. I'm rich. I'm fine. And they decided to pursue it like later.
I mean, yeah, you can still
They
yap
told Lauren.
everyone's ear off as you're as you're doing
Oh
that.
my goodness, do you remember that, Lauren? Oh, he smelled like meatloaf. I swear. I don't even want to know.
It was
Is
such
it
a
meatloaf or
nightmare.
corned beef?
And when
I
he
don't
started
even
sending
know.
you encrypted letters, like, dude, get a life.
He thought it was fun. Ah. Granted, I broke it within like 5 minutes, but it was really boring. That is a 6.
Is a 6.
Of
And
course, it's a 6.
you're trying to like break a code like of this like of like the name itself, or like are you looking at the documents that you found inside this like scooter?
Yeah, they're just tying it through to see like if there's some kind of
something.
Different scramble of the name in one of the names that are on there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You begin poring over these as you're going off, and you're like, okay, there it is. No, nope, that doesn't line up. Wait, nope, that's gonna be it. Nope, that doesn't line up either. And you just like keep going through them, and you're like, none of these have all of the right letters. And you're like flipping through like this like supply sheets and stuff like that, and you notice going through this instead, going through the supply sheets instead of like the sheets of actual music, there are just numbers in here that don't line up. Like there are supplies that have just gone missing. And you notice that instead of an actual code in here, flipping through all these documents, is that some things are just not accounted for. Like
Well,
there's wax
Lauren,
just missing. There's a
look at
full
this.
mold making parts missing.
Something doesn't fit right here and here. Dr. Lorenzo.
This is interesting. Should we run a factory inspection? And Lauren pulls out some disguises.
Ooh, I like disguises.
What time of day is it?
It's night.
Okay, so then like none of the workers are gonna be there anyways. But
There's
I mean,
a moped
he
right here.
Or he still puts on disguises.
Oh, that
They're
is
just
true.
like-
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. Well, the reason why I thought that was interesting, if there's supplies missing, who would be the easiest from taking these supplies?
An inside job.
Exactly, an employee. I think that we need to look for maybe a list of the employees that work here and see if there's an
Connections.
outreach here. Or even a cornetta, for that matter. I think that one of these employees has taken the molding and has began creating their own wax seals, and I think that that is the key to whoever wrote that note that we found at the estate.
They like nod until you said Carnetta, and you see them play with like a locket around their neck and fiddle it open and close, fiddle it open and close. And when it opens, I think for sure Lauren, well, everyone probably recognizes just a picture of Ori's ex-husband or lost husband, and just sadly like clutches it and just says, "It's eulogy to Carnetta." And I've written one of those before. It doesn't seem like there's one named Carnetta. I might be wrong, but it feels like someone wrote that for them. It was a male singer. I don't know. But they like clutch it really hard and then like close their eyes and just like follow you, Dr. Eli.
Let Darian place a hand on her shoulder to provide comfort, silent comfort.
Thank you.
Into the establishment we go. If we can.
Yeah, how are you intending to get in?
You said that there was a specific entrance, like there was a chain link fence that had an opening, and then there was an entrance on the other side of it into the place, right?
Yeah, so like this moped is like a few feet in front of like the main doors of this establishment.
I'm assuming that it's locked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit.
So
Yeah, yes.
can I use that idle rich code breaking to be like also lockpicking? Like just real sleuth behavior stuff. For a hide. I don't have points in that one.
Yeah, I mean, sleight of hand is hide, so that would be your. Yeah, you can. Your idle
This class
hobby.
is actually taught by Darian, so I really was
Yes.
curious. I just was, and they're just pulling out like the bobby pins from their hair. How, if I were to be trapped in a building or door, what could this be? And Darian, luckily, was able to teach me. I stopped because, well, the bobby pins just.
Darian's right behind you.
That
She's-
is another. I'm not even joking.
Is that a
Oh,
6?
please. Well, it's a little.
Oh,
paw,
it's a
but
little
that's
paw print.
yeah,
Oh, I love it.
print. Darren's just behind
6
her.
again.
Say, all right, just turn it
Incredible.
like that.
This is
It's
gonna
like-
turn bad.
Just
It's like you're not even really paying attention. You're fully turned away, yapping.
Yeah,
like,
and then
oh yeah,
it's like you gotta
I
pay
always
attention,
wondered. There's
make sure
locked
to
and
rooms
and then
in
you
the mansion.
feel
turn it to the left or
you feel the door just
Oh, yeah.
swing open in front of you, like as you're still doing that. You're like, oh,
Ah,
I don't think they
jack
locked
of all
this.
trades.
Or maybe I'm just really that good.
No, they did.
Thank-
I checked.
I think you did it. You're really that good.
You do see like inside of like this, you see like a little like office foyer area with like kind of like a reception desk and some like waiting chairs and like filing cabinets all stacked behind there. Before like within there's a door that says like employees only over off to the right, and then there is a door to the left that has kind of like blinds that are closed in it, but you can see kind of light shining through them. And just an unlabeled door that's there. You see an employees only door and then a door with light coming from it.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking what you're thinking, I believe. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yes.
Which way you guys sneaking? Employees only?
Going to the employees only, of course.
Yeah. Are you all sneaking?
I kind of want to split up.
Let's
Oh.
split up, gang.
Yes, always a good idea.
Yeah, please do split up.
Definitely not sneaking though.
Great,
That was
okay.
not my first intention.
Perfect.
Honestly. Darren's gonna be like, be careful. So there's a moped up front. That means someone is here.
Ah, yes, but one person can't be that big of an issue, right?
Sure.
Yes, I have my grandfather's gun, right? Oh wait, I have to load it. Sorry.
Right.
There we go.
That was a hell of a shot you did earlier.
Thank you.
Of course.
Been practicing.
You truly are a jack of all trades.
I try. I only have but time and money
Well,
and
the second
an empty
isn't much of
mansion.
an issue.
So Eli and Ari are going off into the employees only area, is what it sounds like. And Lauren and Darian, what are you guys doing? The other door?
I'm going to check out the other door. You can come with me if you want.
I shall. Follow
Okay.
Lauren.
Great.
So you guys approach this other door. You can see, you know, the blinds are currently closed on it, but there's still like enough that some like light is kind of like bleeding through onto the floor, in front of you all. And yeah, there's a door right there.
I'm going to walk up and try to open it.
Darren's
You
whipping out
just-
the bleed detector.
Yeah, you have your bleed detector out. It's not currently detecting anything at the moment. But Lauren, yeah, you walk up and like as Dr. Eli and Ari walk into the employees only area, you open this door into what looks like a bookkeeper's office. Essentially, there's like bookshelves with binders and filing cabinets everywhere. You see that there's a typewriter and like a large table with a bunch of like ink pots kind of all over it. And you see sitting at this table a like kind of like larger individual with a simple dress shirt on and a cardigan. You see that like they are currently like sitting behind this desk, like they're kind of messy blonde hair kind of like in front of their face as they're like flipping through like several books and then like picking up another sheet and like looking at it and then flipping through another thing. But like as you open this door, they just look up and go, hi?
Good evening.
Who?
I went in. I was like,
What are
went
you
in.
doing here and who let you in?
I let me in. Who are you?
With the
Who are you and
auditors.
who let you in? What?
The auditors.
The
The auditor. Yes.
the auditors aren't supposed to come until the end of the week and not at 9 p.m.
We should all know that the auditors can come whenever they want.
They've always said that, but okay, yeah. Well, show me your auditor badge. Then.
I have organization credentials, so I will whip out one of those.
You just like whip out like a card, and you see like their face like pale, like even more. Go, right, yes. Then apologies. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting you so late.
Yeah.
Chandon Vabsley, lovely to meet you.
Darian looks at the hand for a moment and then looks back up, but then slowly does shake it. I'm Christopher.
It is nice and sweaty. Christopher is what you said your name
Yep.
was? Christopher, thank you so much. It's such, as the manager here at the Thornburn Phonograph Company, it is, I'm sorry for my initial rudeness. I just wasn't, I had been fully emotionally and mentally preparing myself for you to be here, not right now.
Right.
What is there that I can do for you on this lovely evening?
I was like, take a deep breath first. We're just gonna look around. I was like, you just be yourself and do your thing.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything that I have to provide for you? I know that.
We'll let you know.
Okay. Do you need a tour of the facilities? I don't think I've ever seen you or your lovely associate, whose name I didn't catch. I'm so sorry.
My name is Danielle.
Danielle, lovely to meet you. Chandon, still, as you heard already. But yeah, do you need? You don't need a tour or anything of the facilities. Everything should be in order.
I would love a tour of your paperwork. I'm gonna sort of take out a like docket of papers and just sort of flip through them with like the notes that I took from the documents outside, and just say, I would like an explanation, if you have one.
Of what in particular?
And I'm going to relay the sort of like missing stock.
That is, right. That is an ongoing investigation that we are doing internally, within the company here. These have gone, we noticed that those were missing within the past week, and we have been working overtime. Me and one of my employees, Hanada, have been working to make sure that we can either find this stock, because it's clearly been misplaced, and well, it's not cause for alarm. It's fully under control.
I see. So you don't know, and she's going to write in her journal. Much longer than you would expect.
And we don't know at the moment, but we know that it is surely here within our facilities, for sure. And it's not something that needs to go higher up. And yes, it will be found by the end of the week when I was anticipating your arrival. That look doesn't give me much confidence.
It's not looking good for you, but would you like to give us a tour of the facility as well then?
Can we also have that promise in writing? And then Darren will hand over his journal for him to write it down.
Yes. 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 And it's like they will like lean down and like write for a good chunk of time before you get like a document that basically says, by the end of the week I promise that blah blah blah, we will have this, we will have found the missing materials of, and then he writes down all the cited materials that are requested.
Thank you. It was like, Christopher, take that back.
Yeah. Yes, where you a tour of the facilities then? Right? Shall we?
Lead the way.
Right. Yes, and
I think Christopher's gonna hold back. I'm gonna get started on this audit in here. You do not mind, right?
No, of course not. Please be my guest. I've got nothing to hide.
Excellent. You have a lovely tour.
Thank you. Danielle, please with me. So obviously you know that we craft wax cylinders and phonographs for people's enjoyment to listen to music in their own homes. We go through an elaborate gold molding process to recreate music into the molds that we pour the wax into. It is a very intense process, and we have quite a lovely team of employees who work here with us to help us achieve those goals. Then I will show you right this way into the employees only area, our facilities.
Oh, I wanted to see. Oh God, what am I gonna do? I think I want to grab their hand and just be like, "You seem really nervous. I didn't mean to put you so on edge before. Look, I'm new in this job, and I wanted to make it look good for Christopher. I feel like I'm coming in too hot, and let's just slow it down and have a nice conversation."
Make a sway check for me, please.
I'd love to make a sway check. Okay. So I have 2 in sway.
Mm-hmm.
Just checking to make sure. Okay. And I will burn a drive to do 3.
Of course.
Cool. That's 2 6s and a 3.
That's a crit then.
Crit. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I am nervous. Yes, I mean, a lot's been happening in the past week. So I have a lot of nerves, and then I got word of the audit that was gonna happen, and then you guys showed up sooner, and so yes, I apologize for a lot has been going on, but yeah, yes, we can take it slower. What would you like to know?
She's gonna close her sort of notebook and put it away and just say, "Off the record, why don't you tell me about it? What's been going on?"
One of my, well, first all these goods we discover are missing, and then one of my employees just starts acting up and being really hostile towards everyone else, and then just stops showing up.
What, do you know what set them off?
I had tried asking her, and she seemed really reluctant to talk about it, usually just staring off into the middle distance, falling behind on her work and stuff. I had given her, as a good employer should, seeing that she was in some kind of distress, I gave her a day off, paid of course, that she went and took, and then she came back and she still wasn't any better, and I was like, well, I could only be so nice, capitalism destroys us, but then after that day, she hasn't returned to work for the past week or so.
Do you mind sharing the name of this worker with me?
You got a crit. Yes, her name is Casilda Lippincott.
Stilda Lippincott.
Mm-hmm. Really, really bright young girl.
I'll follow up and see what I can learn, and I'll let you know if I hear anything. You seem to have a lot on your mind, been a busy week, and how about we just take a breather here, and when we go back, you can say that you gave me the tour.
Right. That sounds good. Thank you for being so understanding.
And thank you for being so forthcoming.
It's an audit, isn't it? I can't hide anything.
I'm going to try to steer him away from the employees only tour.
Okay. I think that's easy enough for you to do. Uh, and yeah. Um, let's see. Speaking of the employees only door, I suppose we could go in said employees only door.
Let's do it.
Dr. Eli and Ori, you walk out into a kind of like larger factory area with a bunch of these strange, like, kind of metallic, like, mold making machines, and like a bunch of large, like, barrels of like hot, like, not right now because it's night, hot wax to be poured. You see a lot of the wax in here is like that deep black color that you saw in that cylinder in here. You see, well, for the most part, it's dark in this area. You see that, like, on the far side of this, like, long kind of factory-ish area, you see that there is a light on the other, like, far end, kind of like near where you can see like a roll-up garage door that's currently rolled up. And you kind of like, you can hear some kind of like noise from that general direction, but over here where you have kind of like entered in here, where you see that there are like, there's like a left turn that goes down to, it looks like an employee break area, and then like the main like factory floor itself, you see like shelves upon shelves of empty like cardboard cylinders, with all like different labels on them and stuff like that. What would you like to do?
Well, that's not supposed to be open, I don't think. I'm going to take out my bleed detector monocle, and I'm gonna look towards the molding machine just to see if I see anything over here first.
Mm-hmm. Looking at these ones with your monocle on, they don't show any signs of bleed.
And then I'll look towards the open entryway.
You kind of look over in that direction as well. It's further away, but you don't pick anything up in that direction either.
Well, nothing yet. Shall we?
Yeah, this is just so different. Sorry.
Yes. It's quite dreary in here. Could use some lighting.
That's true. And if there is someone out here, I'm guessing they're not in here.
No.
All right. Lead the way.
Perhaps past there. We're hearing noises coming from where the open garage door.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's someone there. Hello? As we're walking up to it.
Yeah. Hello?
Hi. Very good to meet you.
See from like around a corner a woman in like a navy blue like work jumpsuit and kind of like a hat with kind of like a short like bob of black hair kind of like pokes her head kind of like around the corner. She's kind of got a furrowed and confused brow, and she goes, can I, hello?
Hi. Dr. Eli Lorenzo. So lovely to
Hello.
meet you.
Nada Matsura, pleasure to meet you. What can I?
Working late, are we?
Yeah, I missed a shift earlier this week. Can I ask what the two of you are doing here?
Yes. We are investigating a murder. Mass murder, actually.
Okay.
Where were you tonight? Just here?
Yes. I talked to my boss, Shannon Vabsley, and they agreed that I could come in to make up for work I missed earlier this week.
Is that your moped outside?
No, that's Chandon's.
Ah. Then Chandon is
Okay.
here.
Yeah, that they were staying late too to work on something in their office.
Good.
Mass murder?
Yes. Bloody work. So
Oh,
my
God.
question, do you know all the employees here?
For the most part, we're, we've had like a few good team building events and stuff like that. We've gone to a baseball game together.
Ah, everyone loves
So-
those.
They're all right.
Well, those britches, they're very difficult to get on. So, I've done a day or two of it, but I totally understand the team camaraderie, right? So, I
Um,
just
You think one of my coworkers did it? Mass murder?
what? No.
Well, that depends.
what-
You didn't do it, did you?
No. Was that too quick of an answer? No.
They just put their arm around them. No, maybe.
Maybe.
What? No.
Begin
no, I
writing
meant
into my
no.
notebook.
Wait. Are you with the
Oh.
periphery? What I have.
Wait.
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're asking me
No.
questions about murder?
We're not
You
the
like
periphery.
You're detectives?
Yes.
In a way.
Suppose we don't believe it's you.
Okay. I would
I
like
don't.
to
I think
suppose
you're great.
that. That's a thing I would love to suppose.
Yeah,
There
definitely. I
is,
suppose it is.
There's most likely somebody that was mishandling some of the equipment here. You happen to know who this might have been? Somebody that may have been gone after, well, stealing, to be completely fair.
Some missing materials, maybe? Anything that you can't account for, day-to-day things.
I mean, things have gone missing recently. She's just like, her eyes are very nervously darting around.
Oh, look at that. You didn't answer that so fast. That's great. See?
I
But
don't
that
think that
knocks
this is the
down
right.
suspicions, right? Exactly.
I don't think this is the right person that we need to be talking to. You said Chanlin, your manager, is here, right?
Chandon, yeah?
Chandon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Great. We will talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Everything.
you go ahead. I'm just gonna give me a little tour. I don't
Sure.
really get to be around here a little bit,
Sure. Perhaps I should say that. I will just be taking notes. Pay me no mind.
Great. Yes. So that just you were saying, and they're like following their gaze when they look around.
You make a... Is that another survey? Probably.
Or focus.
Survey or-
It could be focus.
Survey or focus if you're trying to follow, like, her gaze is what she's glancing off at.
And if I have one in that is 1d.
Yes.
Got it. You're my
You also have
lucky
an
one.
extra gilded die. If you'd like to use it.
What does that mean?
You just get an extra die, and then if you use that result, you get a drive point back in intuition if you spent something.
Yeah, you can also spend your drive
Oh.
points and intuition to give yourself an extra die.
More die.
Yep. I'm gonna do the 2d die. Yep.
Okay.
I understood that.
Mm,
It's a 3.
a 3. She's kind of like looking very haphazardly, like around, like everywhere in this like back of the factory area. You see there's like piles of boxes, like the ones you kind of saw like at the estate. There's like just like packing stations. There's like lockers. There's like just a bunch of like stuff over in this back area. And she's kind of like, her gaze is just flitting around to all of them, and you can't really seem to like follow if she's like lingering on one specific spot for so long.
Mm-hmm. They use that to kind of get their attention. It's like, hey, here. Why are you so nervous? Everything's all right.
It doesn't sound all right. Mass murder is usually not all right.
Well, it depends on what kind of mass murder.
That's
Okay.
true. That is true. But I want you to take a deep breath. There's nothing here. You're working late. And I just want to figure out, we just want to figure out, where's some you know, if you might know someone who would be interested in some materials.
Make a sway.
Can
That's
I
a 5.
assist? Okay, never mind. We'll just add this for flavor since I was gonna.
Yeah.
And just remember, your answer chooses whether or not we are going to find this mass murderer or not. So just know that if you don't answer correctly, that there may be a murderer at large.
Great. Okay. Well, one of my coworkers that's why I'm here a little bit, is because she's been missing a lot of work. So I've just been trying to cover for her. She really hasn't been in the past like week or so. I think she looked really like upset about something. And that was when Chandon also started getting really stressed too, and she started to go missing. Well, she's not missing, she just didn't show up for work, and then when people, went to her place, they couldn't, find her there or any of her like normal places. Not that we were like trying to track her down like in a creepy way or anything like that. We were just like, why aren't you coming to work?
Curious, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I would do the same.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what I would do if Darian didn't show up. My goodness.
Yeah, so, I mean...
Do you happen to know where she lives? What is her name, by the way?
Her name's, Casilda Lippincott. She has an apartment with her partner, I think in South Soffit.
Well then.
Yeah, I haven't been there personally, because, we're not like that close of coworkers and stuff, but...
That's fair.
Yeah,
Do you know the apartment name by any chance? Maybe we can find...
I don't know it off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We can speak with her.
But she's really...
Chen.
Well... If
She's
you
really
can't
nice.
tell us, there must be employee documents, maybe, that we could just, take a peek at.
Oh, you don't think it's her, right? She's like a really bright university student.
Oh, yes, I do.
We're just trying to find...
Yes, I do.
They just, like,
At least
slowly
that's the
kick behind to try and
sorry.
pick... Sorry. No, I just want to make sure they're okay, just like you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
employee documents, maybe a location, salary information. Is that would be best? That way you can go back to your day, get home early.
That would be something that Chandon has, unless she's got like something of hers in her locker or something.
Oh yes, lockers. They look over to Lorenzo. Lockers.
Yes, of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Let's do the quick check on that, and then we should be going.
Okay. I think hers is that one there. She just points at a locker. It's a locker.
Good.
Is it locked?
It does not have a lock
locker?
on it.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Here.
Yeah. Opening this locker, you see that there is a picture of a smiling young woman, probably in like her like early 20s, with like there's like an arm wrapped around her shoulder from like a kind of soft-jawed, mask-looking individual with like a low ponytail, and like Casilda is like holding like a mandolin in the picture, and she's like beaming wildly. There's like some scraps of like half-written songs, like kind of like taped on the inside of her locker as well as a ancient-looking poster, like older than you all would think, that depicts this like very it's like torn and tattered, like very like elegant looking woman in a very old art style, and like this like brilliant purple paper that just says "The Angel's Song," Carnetta Robot.
Perfect. Thank you so much for bringing us over here. I'm so sorry. What was your name again?
Hinata?
Hinata. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
How is that spelled?
Where the fuck did it go in my notes?
I forget. I'm so nervous.
Hinata.
Hinata. Oh, of course. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just so familiar. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Have a good rest of your day. And again, and they'll just slip them their card. If you ever want to chat, you can just give a ring right there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope it's not her, but I hope you find the mass murderer, I guess.
Oh, yeah, we're just, collecting information. We don't really know those things, so thank you, though. Here. They'll just take out their pocket change, be like, you should get yourself something to eat, something to drink.
Pocket change meaning like $100 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, take another, just in case, I don't know how much things are nowadays.
Okay, yeah. It's a banana. How much
Out
would
of
it
touch
cost?
fucking so good. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Thank you. Yeah. Then you two presumably.
Immediately as Hinata is walking, turns around and starts walking away, I just look over to Ori and I say, yeah, so I believe that this is the killer. Very loud to where she knows, walking away. Yeah, so I believe that this Casilda is the killer. And remind me, it was the Song of Angels, or what was it? What was it again?
The Angel's Song.
It's close. All right.
Yeah.
The Angel's Song. And then who was it by again?
Carnetta Rabineau. I think I mispronounced
Same
it.
Carnetta.
It's the second time you've seen Carnetta, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Rabineau.
They just kind of walk past, they're talking and walking to get back to Darian and Lauren.
Yeah.
They
Darian.
don't usually keep stuff at the locker, so that's wild. I mean, that's not what they would say. That's weird.
Do we see any bleed on this poster?
Yes.
We do. Okay.
Not a lot. It's just very faintly there.
Okay.
It wouldn't be enough to hurt you if you touched it, but it's there.
Gotcha. Okay. And I will roll it up.
Yeah. Darian, you stayed in the office.
Yes.
You going through anything in particular?
Everything. Now, how's the desk? How's the desk looking?
Yeah, you go through the desk. There's a lot of documents here. Chandon was clearly kind of trying to get everything in order. Make a either a survey or a focus check as you're kind of sifting through everything.
Very excellent on these rolls.
Mm-hmm.
As I speak sarcastically.
Oh.
A good old one.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a bunch of fucking paperwork on this goddamn desk. You're kind of pushing it all over the place. It's all gobbledygook. Just a bunch of stuff on here. There's some random employee's punch card laying on the desk. It's just there's just all this crap on this desk. It all looks financial shit, money, paperwork.
He needs more organization. He needs an assistant. Darian said under his breath. And starts looking at the bookkeeper books on the wall next and stuff. Can he tell how is it in order?
It seems I'll still even give you it looks organized by date, so you could go back through the months by the years by the blah blah blah. So it looks fairly organized in that sense. If you were here to actually check his bookkeeping,
actually do a quick audit real quick. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sorry everyone. The rest of the game, I know you want to solve a mystery. We're gonna do an audit.
Actually, we're gonna audit.
Yeah.
What did he do on May 27th of 2020?
Where were you? But I think he will try to find the date, the range where the eulogy could have been delivered.
you try to like, go to like the. I have to look at something. You like begin to like go through like the older ones and like begin to like flip through them, and like you're just scanning for eulogy of Carnetta, and you're like flipping through, like, you know, you compare like the latest book with the oldest book, and like it's not on either of them, and you just like start like sifting through them, and you're just not finding this eulogy of Carnetta or the name of the musician Aldrich anywhere in these books.
Amazing. That Darren's gonna put his handy dandy bleed detector and just do one quick scan in the room.
You pull out your bleed detector and you kind of do like a scan of this room, just kind of like lifting it over and just trying to see anything. It's not picking up anything in here. It's like a normal disorganized office.
That's the Darian looks at the promise written that was in his journal. Did it match the handwriting?
No.
Okay. Darian's like, this is a bore, and then leaves the office.
Okay.
To meet up everyone.
Yeah. You step out of the office.
One last thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask this, but like ADHD completely forgot. Was the writing on that poster similar to the writing that we had before of the letter?
No.
I figured not, but I just wanted to ask. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
I will say, since I said half-written songs.
Yes, that's what I was gonna compare it to. Sorry.
The writing on, while the writing on the letter seems a lot angrier and a lot quicker, it's slightly different, but you can see the same like way that everything is marked.
Okay, cool.
So.
I'll take one of the music sheets as well.
Easy enough.
And I imagine that we all just like kind of walk into the main room at the same time as like Darian walks in, and then we just walk out of the employees only door.
Yeah.
And as we do, Lauren's gonna be like, I solved it. We're looking for a Casilda Lippincott. That's all of the information that I have, but I feel confident.
Yes, that is what we came to understand as well. And we also found this, and then I'll pull out the poster and
God
show.
Damn it, Eli. Why are you always showing me up?
I apologize. This is just.
What,
Should
next you're going to tell me that
not...
you found her address too?
Maybe.
Oh,
You did great, though.
Ori found the address. I didn't.
The Paria.
I'm sorry. Should I not share the information that I found?
No, I just thought I did
no,
a mystery for once. No, it's fine. No, let's go.
I see. Evening. And he will just walk out as he looks over to the manager.
More your auditing friends, I assume?
No, we are investigating a murder.
Yes, auditing, and they're just like elbow.
A murder?
Darian,
Do you have a warrant?
Or he pulls back to the group who are auditors. What? A murder?
A murder? I was like, I was just giving paperwork. And Darian hands over like an official looking audit form. You're $150 short.
What? No. I mean, yes. Well, materials are missing, but that can't be the. Oh God. He just begins to like focus in on it.
How many employees do you have?
17.
Okay. And then Darian goes back. A murder?
Yeah. Yes. I am so confused. Are we going to Casilda's apartment?
What?
Yes. What?
Yes.
We'll follow
Casilda
up with
is
the
most
numbers
likely
in a couple
the
days.
I see.
Please ignore
Goodness,
the
did
old
I
man.
not kick you enough hard? Like, do I need to do it
I
again?
am so sorry. I am so confused. Good evening, and then he just walks out.
Darian will be like, That was weird, right?
Do I need to call the periphery on that man who was just in here?
No, we'll take care of him.
We'll take care of him.
We like to take Grandpa out on some jobs. He's a little bit lost.
I'll try to show him around the ropes.
Your grandfather seems to be obsessed with murder. And
You know, old-fashioned.
You know,
Murder everywhere.
It's the hip
It's the
thing,
true
so
crime
we're not
fanatic there.
reading the tableaus.
Exactly.
Right,
We try
well-
to make him stop, but
Anyways, you know how it is.
You know.
you know, I don't, but I will take your word for that one.
Good evening. And the deer also.
You'll just
I
walk
love it.
out, just leaving this poor manager.
Ori does put like a good crisp, like $50 in their hand, just like thank you, you know, auditing over, congratulations, great establishment, and they just walk out.
And, like as you walk out, you just hear them go, only 100 more, and that will fix this. Just pointing at the audit sheet. As you all walk out and presumably start to make your drive over towards an apartment building in South Soffit, I believe that's a good time to probably go on break,
Let's do it.
if that
Alright.
sounds good.
Yeah. So we're gonna go on break for a undetermined
Firstly, I
amount
will
of
say
time.
yes to Ryan. Yes.
Amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Incredible. If
Yeah,
you do
I'll
that,
make that happen.
absolutely. I will love that.
Yes.
We'll be back in like 10 minutes or so we will see you all when we're back. Feel free to head over to the Tiltify, send in a donation. You can give us free dye and stuff like that, and I see the disappointment that Ryan has about nothing that can hurt us, so I might just during the break add something that you can do to hurt the players, because why not? Anyways, all right. We'll see you all in 10 minutes. Bye.
Welcome back. We have returned from our little break. And as Mozz has just said in chat, we are only $33 away from our fundraising goal for Black Girls Code. So if you want to, you know, keep giving money to a good cause and maybe helping our players out, maybe summoning another British ghost only to fight Jonny,
Only Johnson.
please do that. We would very much love and appreciate that. But for now, we are back in your mysterious limo car, whatever we want to so call it. And as you are on your way to an apartment building in South Soffit, you have gathered a lot of information about a woman you have identified as a Casilda Lippincott. And by a lot, I mean you know her name. And that's about it at this current moment. But your suspicion is that, I mean, her handwriting matches that letter you found. So, right, would you like to speak about anything as you are driving along?
Most important, and I emphasize most, what is Trudy doing when we enter back into park?
Trudy is once again has her like notebook out, and is like dead silent like as you get in, but it's just like,
You weren't asking any questions, were you?
closes her notebook. Nope, not a single question, not a question on my tongue or anything like that.
I'll look over to Francine. Francine? She wasn't bothering you, was she?
Francine kind of looks at Trudy and then looks back at you, and then
Trudy?
looks out the window.
It doesn't seem you were being too truthful to me. And, to be completely honest, I don't know if we can continue traveling with you if that's the case.
I mean, I don't think there's any harm in asking questions.
All right. Please exit the vehicle. You have a good
It's driving.
Please.
Yes, I already asked them to go. Next stop. Next stop. And they
Where-
just pull
where-
Trudy next
where
to
are
them,
we
just be
going
like,
anyway?
well, don't worry about that. We're just, I think, done for the day. So we're just, it's a rainy, it's late, what time is it?
It's like nearing like 10 p.m.
Oh, it is so late for you, Trudy. What do you mean? Ugh, have you eaten?
Yeah, I
Did
was
you
on a
have food
date.
today?
We had jalapeno poppers.
That's all you have
Ah.
eaten.
Fitting for the night.
Jalapeno poppers. Ugh.
Nothing makes me want
Well-
jalapeno poppers more than seeing popped heads.
Okay.
Well, I had
Is that
them
why you
before.
went to the bathroom?
I had them before I saw that.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
sure. You're going home, which is why we're kind of pulling up in front of this really sad-looking, decrepit apartment building.
Oh no,
Correct.
they like do this signal to the driver to like take a round.
I
And if
think
they
I'm
can-
driving.
No, there's a food place like right here, so you can get something to eat.
We're there,
Um,
and I pull up.
Yeah, you
Here,
pull-
here is some extra change for some food. I think it'll be
Give a
best
card.
if. Yes.
Mirror.
Yes, you.
Yeah, I gave one to yeah, but of course, yeah, Trudy Gab.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I will be keeping this.
great.
For my
I.
records.
Okay, well, in case you ever need any help, we,
Yes.
part of the, we're friends, right? Because we all,
Oh yes.
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 Yeah.
Friends.
yeah,
Like,
my people will contact your people, and
Doesn't mean that.
okay,
Right.
great.
Yeah, I have people. They'll contact you. We just
Yeah.
want to,
And it's been
Stop for the night.
such an honor to meet you, but also to meet you, Francine. It's been such a pleasure talking to you. I can't wait to hear more about your
they're
campaign.
tired. Oh yes. Yes,
Mhm.
of course.
Yeah.
Change.
You can
Good
leave now.
evening.
Right. Yep. Okay. It's a
Good evening.
good evening. Thank you. I'll open my own door, I guess. All right. And Trudy exits the vehicle.
Well, I don't know what they are interested in, but it's best we separate them and Francine. So let's go back and finish out this night.
Yes, I will begin looking over Francine just to make sure that she's not too stressed and things aren't getting too overwhelming for her.
Understood. They, as the car is like going out, like they make eye contact with like Lauren in the rearview mirror, and even Darian if they had turned around. Or Aurelia like looks at Francine and wants to put their hand on their shoulder, but they don't. Do you think if it all worked, he would have talked back to me?
I do. Yeah.
He would be sitting here like Francine is. Goodness. Well, that's experiments, I guess, right? First one is like a pancake. It just doesn't really come out right.
Yeah. Well.
Is Francine all right?
Yes, all of the checks have been done. Everything is fine. Francine, you may stay in the car. We're not sure what's going to happen out there, so I think that it's best that you stay. But we can
Kind
we can
of
head in.
slowly nods.
Well. Yes, of course. He will be the first one to open the door and walk outside to open the umbrella and hold it for Ori.
You
Well.
all exit the vehicle?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Darian probably look at Francine through the car mirror just a little bit longer before exiting out.
Her eyes drift up to meet your gaze for a moment, kind of almost more looking past the rearview mirror itself, before kind of going back out to staring out the window.
And then Darian slide out of the car.
You all exit the vehicle to stand in front of this brick building that is got kind of scaffolding along the sides of it, so, holding up broken parts of it together. There is some wood that has been put up to help secure the rest of this building. It is kind of a it's almost a dilapidated building at this point, but you can see that there's a little flickering bulb, kind of with a mostly torn and broken overhang in front of a main set of doors that lead into this apartment building.
Cells of it. Does it look like the lights are on inside?
Yep.
Shall I be the first then?
No, I don't think you
No.
should be the first. And Lauren is
Yes.
going to
Yeah, like,
step
you
in
should
front.
You can be next.
I was
to me.
shaking my head,
Understood.
not nodding.
Understood.
You step into the kind of entryway of this apartment. You see that the main door itself is just open, and directly in front of you there's a staircase that zigs and zags upward, as there's a door to your left and door to your right, 111 and 112 currently to your left and right, and a staircase in front of you going upward.
Shit.
What room are we going to?
Gr-
Darian asked everyone.
Great question. We didn't get the exact address, but we did get the apartment.
Shall we just walk around with a bleed detector, perhaps?
Yeah, I was say Darian's whipping it out already. Don't you worry.
I see. Eli was literally about to knock on the door just next to him, and then he pulls it back. Yes, that seems like an excellent idea.
It's either that or is there one of those community mailboxes things that has everyone's names
Oh.
next to it?
You do see that there is a community mailbox kind of at the staircases are going up, and then they kind of zig that way, so then the mailboxes are right here under the part that goes up again. So you can see that there are mailboxes right there that have names on them and apartment numbers.
See if CL or C. Lippincott or Casilda for that matter.
Darian squints his eyes and try to read.
I won't make you make a reading roll for.
Of course. allow me instead, Darian. I
He's like, I
apologize.
got this, doctor. I can't read.
It's only 2 letters I'm looking for. I can find them.
I was like, that's just CL.
You begin to look through all of them, and you see that on apartment 411, you see that there's a CL and a JK.
Darian passed that information to the 4th floor.
Well, then up we go. I shall stay in the back.
You begin to make your way up these stairs, seeing just peeling wallpaper, spider webs in every corner, and these steps that creak a bit too much, almost wanting to give out under each of your steps as you begin to make your way up to the 4th floor. Darian, as you have your bleed detector out, like as you're starting to get to the 3rd floor, it starts to kind of silently, like it very quietly begin to tick, an indicator of your kind of pocket watch going off a bit. And as you keep going up the steps, the ticking gets louder as you continue to get up towards the 4th floor.
He's like, be vigilant, everyone. It's getting stronger by the minute. Get it? Minute. I make jokes sometimes.
Really good ones. I like this. This wasn't on your resume. I like it.
Thank you. I try.
Make your
I feel
way.
like every moment is just making the nerves even worse.
You reach the 4th floor landing. A consistent ticking coming from the pocket watch in the direction of the door labeled 411.
Ori, would you like a tincture for that? To calm the nerves?
Maybe after. I feel like it will help me. And they're just like, have their hand on their gun, just be like, you know, the thing. Yeah, great.
Yes.
You guys go first.
I was like, I got this. And then like tried to open the door, just to see if it's unlocked.
You try the door and it kind of clicks a little bit. Doesn't seem to budge.
And then he like slowly eases it open.
Kind of like shoulder kind of push it
Yeah.
a bit more. The hinges kind of like creaking as you kind of just force it. Gently. It cracks a little bit as you begin to just push on it. And like as you're kind of like just pushing on it, trying to get it to open, you get the first whiff of just smell of rot and death.
Ugh.
And you kind of like almost instantly kind of like shut the door back again as you're just like hit with like an overwhelming just like decay smell.
It smells like somebody died in there.
Well, hopefully it's not Casilda. Otherwise, well, we wouldn't have any other leads. And, of course,
Oh, that means we
someone
have to go
lost.
back in, don't we? Eli, aren't
Yes.
you good with the bodies? Here. And they pull out
Yes,
like
I've-
another handkerchief from their sleeve.
Yes, I've dealt with many. I would need the door handle.
Jonny, your mic's starting to do that thing.
Like Darian's like, don't worry, I got it. He pulls out his bag of tools.
Bag of tools.
Tools.
Bag of
My
tools.
bag of tools that's in my inventory. And starts like finagling with the door to get it to open all the way.
Yeah. Are you trying to just like brute force it kind of with like a pry bar or something like
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
So
I think
I'll
like,
do-
yeah, you pulling out a tool, I think is going to be enough to get it to kind of pop. These doors here are kind of old, and you can just kind of cram it in there and begin to lean against it, and you can feel it start to give underneath kind of just your like your strong, beautiful muscles. As you
yeah, it's
press it.
flexing those muscles real good, sweating a bit.
Yeah.
Mainly.
I think as this is
Man.
happening, Lauren just leans into Ori and is like, you know, I have a tool that picks locks, and I didn't want to steal your thunder, and I also didn't want to miss this.
Oh, yes. There's definitely going to be more locked doors in the future. And this, just look at the man.
This was on the resume.
This was on the resume. This was on the
Yeah,
resume.
we're trying to make sure all their skills are seen today.
It's the only word he
And-
can spell.
For sure, Aurelia and Lauren are just like standing there, just
Analyzing.
respectfully.
He's like, how did you make a resume?
And Eli is just standing there waiting, his hands behind his back.
I think I got the door to open. Everyone, please close your nose.
I'm quite used to
Yeah.
it.
You give that final push, and the door creaks its way open, and the rest of you are, if you're not closing your nose, as was so asked of you, you're just hit also with that just stench of decay and death. as you can see inside this very small apartment. You pointed so dramatically at me. I'll keep talking. Okay.
Sorry.
With these like brick walls with posters kind of hung like all over them of different kind of musical acts around the city. There's bulletin boards everywhere, a bunch of like mismatched furniture that's crammed into this very tight little space. There's a messy couch with like blankets and like a mandolin laying on it. Opposite the couch, you can see a phonograph, empty, nothing on it. You also see a red stained trunk over in the corner of the room, but you hear nothing.
Just by that initial stench of death, would I be able to sense how long this stench, this stench has come from, which is most assuredly a body, how long it's been here?
This is what you deal with.
Yeah. I can still make a roll if you want.
Yeah, make a focus. Analyze the scent.
Okay.
Dr. Lorenzo
that is
the
air. I got a 4 and a 5. The 4 is on the gilded. Same result, so I'll just take the gilded.
That's valid. Okay. You sniff the air, letting that just putrid scent just kind of like burrow itself into your nostrils, and it's a rotting corpse. That you're for sure. It's not fresh. It's at least a few days old. Less than a month. A few days at the youngest.
Yes, this isn't recent. This few days perhaps, which sort of lines up with the fact that she'd been gone this week, so hopefully it's not her. Well, in we go.
You walk into the apartment, the stench just kind of lingering around you as you push your way in. The only sound really be your own breathing and the creak of the floor beneath you. As you step in, there's a small kitchen kind of off to one side. There's like a double bed that's kind of shoved in a corner of this very small studio apartment. There's like a loose duffel bag kind of half shoved under the bed. This is a small place.
Do we see a body?
You do not see a body.
Is there any closed doors, like to a bathroom or something?
You see that there is one closed door.
Darian?
Yes. Door. Opens it to try to open.
You open the door into, you open the door and it doesn't open fully all the way before it like hits kind of like the sink in this very tiny bathroom. But you just see a kind of dirty bathroom. The sink is kind of dripping idly. You see that there is some like dried blood and like loose strands of like a mousy brown hair just like in the sink, and you see that the mirror here has been smashed, like almost like a fist punched it.
It looks like a struggle.
Yeah. But no body.
No body in this
But
room.
no body.
The smell did not get stronger as you entered this room.
We need to know where this is coming from. I'm going to look for any other sort of places where a body could be hiding. It can't be that hard to find.
Wasn't there a chest? Do I look at the chest?
There's a stained red trunk in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
I would like to inspect the room and do my scout again, but I want to ask a different question. which is what in this place might be of use to us. And I'll burn an intuition for that.
Okay. And I just tell you that, huh? Wild. Love that for you.
I'm
Crazy.
Which of these things might be of use to you? There's plenty of things in here that might be of use to you. You begin to look around this room, and you see that, like, sitting on, like, the table next to the phonograph, there is a small piece of paper that's kind of like half pushed under it that you kind of grab and pull out, and you look at it, and it is on this kind of like nice paper written in like a deep red ink, and you see it says, Mix Cole, regarding the list of findings you have delivered unto us, please find below the amount we are willing to offer you for your discoveries. Broken mirror, $10. 3 rigged dice, $15. Obsidian death mask, $125. Purple wax cylinder, $500 to be confirmed post-meeting. Gilt ivory fertility effigy, $200. Respond at your drop point with those you wish to deal with, and a meeting will be arranged. Ludenberg.
Hey everyone, I found a note with some prices for things like rigged dice, broken mirror, and an obsidian death mask, and a bunch of other random things that seem foreboding and ominous.
Is it for like mass party? Oh, it's frightening.
The purple wax cylinder, does that strike me as familiar to the poster that we had seen earlier?
I mean, the poster you saw earlier was purple.
Well, I think that there is a more pertinent rotting problem that we have in the room. And then Darian and Eli walk over towards the chest that we had talked about.
Darian
Does the
pulls out-
rot smell get worse? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Darian pulls out the box, the bag of tools.
Yeah, you can.
Everyone plug your nose.
You
Open your eyes, plug nose.
you get your kind of like pry bar into this trunk and just kind of push on it, and almost a bit too easily, tumbling out of this trunk comes a head imploded, decaying body that just slumps to the ground, like directly in front of you. And as it slumps to the ground, you see like part of its internal organs just kind of gush out of the side of it, as it just kind of like begins to like spew from there, and just is there. You see these like thick purple veins kind of like lead up to like the stump of where its head has imploded. You just see this figure in like relatively probably what were kind of nice-ish clothes. You see, like a white shirt with like suspenders, like the sleeves rolled up and like stained with a good amount of like dirt on like the elbows, and like these kind of like fancy kind of like explorer hiking boots on their feet. As this corpse just kind of lays there.
Does this person look to be like femme or more mask?
More mask leaning.
Okay.
Looks like we got ourselves a John Doe.
Or JK. The other one that was listed on the address, the mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I
This
don't think
is-
this is Casil. I think this
They're
may
still out
be-
there.
Yes. At least that's what my observation seems to be. I haven't proven any of this just yet. It's still just a hypothesis.
Yes,
Mish-
yes, of course.
Mish Cole, though. That would be the other name. Perhaps this John Cole. Or whatever their first name is. Well, it would seem that that phonograph had played this eulogy of Cornetta. Is there any, looking around, do we see anything by Aldrich Bleeler? Any of those posters?
You can make a either survey or focus check, whoever would like to look around for that.
Okay. Let's do focus. I will burn a drive in order to do this. Oh, double sixes. One on the gilded die as well. So I will take that drive as well.
Yeah, you begin looking around this room, and you do see that, like, another one of these posters, is another, one kind of depicting that same woman that you saw, the one of Cornetta that you took from Cassilda's, locker. And with her on that one, there is a, kind of somber-looking man with a viola, there. And you see his name on there, as well. And I'll say also then with a crit, you do see, like, laying kind of like next to the couch itself is a very tattered looking book. It looks like of a history of music kind of book just laying there.
Well, we found Aldrich Bleeler. And I suppose that would be the viol that we had heard in the music. I will go and first put the monocle in my eye to check and make sure if that book has any bleed on it.
You put the monocle back in your eye, and the book itself does not have a lot of bleed on it. Are you just like looking at that? Or are you looking
No,
at
once I put this on, it would be like a general scan as well.
Yeah. You catch like the glint of something in that duffel bag that's underneath the bed. As well as you just get like an aura of bleed just from that phonograph itself. Nothing loaded on it.
Well, I will grab the book of the history of music, and I will point over towards the bed and say, there's a duffel bag under the bed. It seems that there's bleed inside of it.
I'll grab it.
You just grab the duffel bag? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You reach under and grab the duffel bag and pull it out. It's zipped shut currently.
I want to attach a thread to the zipper, step across the room, and pull it open.
Okay. You tie that. That's easy enough. I'm not gonna make you roll for being smart. And you unzip it from a distance, and the bag itself almost lets out an exhale as it gets opened. And you can kind of just see, like, sitting on the top of it, a pure black carved obsidian mask just sitting on top of it, kind of just staring blankly upward. and you just kind of like almost see like a mist kind of just like emerge from like the mouth of it for a moment as it is exposed to the air.
Well, I think we found the obsidian death mask. Anyone want to touch it?
No.
We have to.
I don't know. This is not my expertise.
The word death is what's hesitating me.
Yeah. Do you see any other items in there?
Yeah, is there anything else in the bag that we can see?
You have to get closer from where you currently are.
I'll creep up
Of course we
closer.
do.
Okay.
Mhm.
You creep up closer to it. The death mask is you can see it's like sitting on something, but it's like kind of harder to peek around it. Make either a focus or a survey roll for me.
Ooh, okay.
Can you go away, Mayday?
So my survey is due.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that. I'll just roll. It's a 5.
It's a 5. Okay. You kind of like looking past this death mask, your eyes for a moment lock onto the eyes of the mask itself, and you can kind of feel your face get dragged and kind of zoom in to that mask for a moment before you can kind of rip your eyes away from it and look past it. There's I don't know, looks like a broken mirror under it, some dice, a little ivory effigy.
Do I see a purple wax cylinder? Yeah.
There's nothing.
Well, found everything
Okay.
but what we're looking for.
Except for a place. We've found a Mish Cole, potentially. We found a list of items, one including this obsidian death mask, and we found the origin of that eulogy of Cornetta that we see here on this poster, Aldrich Blade. But we don't know where Casilda.
Our only lead is a potential drop point, but we don't know where that is either.
Ludenberg. Does anybody know where Ludenberg?
None of the names match. Either from the participants
Could
or
I
the
see-
employees.
I was gonna see if Darren's like, can I see that list of items and hold it up to a light to see if anything pops out from it?
List up to a light. You kind of grab that list and hold it up to a light. You can see, like, looking at it as you're holding it up to a light, there's like some, like, it looks like something was written on top of this note at one time. There's like engravings of like something having been written on top of this at one point.
Like,
It's hard to kind of see in this like current state as like you're holding it up.
Yeah, Darren's like, back in my days on the street, this is how we used to communicate with each other. And then he would like open up his notebook, put the paper there, and start shading down to try to see if he can get what was written on the paper.
You set
Wasn't
it
on the
down
resume either.
and like shade over it, and you see a note that says, Mr. Buchanan, I am interested in renting out the attic of your storage unit within the DMJ radio station. I have the money up front and I can deliver it to you in cash. Please respond as soon as possible. Thank you.
Oh my god. this person wants to commit even more mass murder.
Well,
We need to go.
not if we could get to them first.
We need to go now. Oh my god.
Yes.
We need to collect this bag though. This needs to go back to Candela. Shit.
I do have another bleed containment vial, but I don't know how much it can hold if you want to try to use it.
Yes. I have one as well. Yeah. I'll take out a bleed containment vial and try to contain as much bleed as I can with it.
There seem to be 2 items that are producing bleed from this duffel bag. 2 like really, this old-looking death mask and then the fertility effigy that is beneath it. They look really old. I think you could all be like, that's some old Farron shit. Basically, like looking at it, but you can manage to grab it.
Where did they get this? People don't usually go into old. I mean, I know that the South Soffit is made from old fare, but most of the artifacts are already taken. This is odd.
I guess we'll get our answer at the next point.
Well, I guess so. We do need to go. Sorry. Yes, I will. Unless anybody else wants to, I will zip up the bag, and I will grab it. Well, I guess for science.
Science.
For science.
You
Make haste.
turn to make haste. You hear the phonograph kind of scratch for a second. Nothing on its wheel. And then it begins to, you see it begin to slowly spin. Nothing sitting on its wheel currently.
Fuck. We have to bring that back to Candela.
Why is it moving on its own?
I don't know.
You kind of like hear like a deep kind of like rumbling from the horn of the phonograph itself.
Everybody, plug your ears.
Close it. Close it.
I'm gonna
You're
shoot
holding
it.
the bag though.
You
And they plug their ears.
yeah, make a control check to shoot that record player.
Man, what do we have against phonographs, man? It's just
Had enough
on
of this
site.
shit. That's a 4.
4, yeah. You like whip your gun out and you shoot this phonograph. But as you're doing that, as everyone else is going to cover their ears, you hear like the first few notes of this like dreary viola solo and this like deep rumbling male voice in a language you don't understand, and it just kind of digs itself into your brain a little bit as you raise the gun and shoot it. And you are going to take a point of a brain mark, I do believe that is called, as it just kind of like digs in at the sides of your head, and you can all see like down one of Lauren's ears, just like small trickle of blood run out as the phonograph explodes and the sound stops.
My goodness, Lord, are you okay? Tell me, what did you feel?
We're interviewing now.
I'm gonna need you to not ask me any questions.
Understood.
Fun.
It seems
Put your
rather.
hand on my shoulder and we'll walk you out.
I wipe like blood from my nose and ears, and let you escort me out of the room.
It seems.
I'm gonna start shooting before they start playing awful music.
We should acquire earplugs
We should,
along
we
the
should.
way.
Yes, that's a good idea. Darian,
Yes.
as Ori and Lauren walk out, it seems rather docile now. We do need to collect.
I'll I'll grab it.
Unless you want to take this duffel bag.
I was like, don't worry, I'll do this.
Okay.
I'm like, that's like, I grab it and take it along.
Pick up this phonograph, and it kind of makes like a kind of pathetic, almost like whine as you pick it up, as its pieces just kind of like close in on itself from when it's been like shot through. You have it, and you all manage to make your way quickly out of this apartment building. The next place that you needed to go in mind. And I think,
Right. This new note. It spoke of a radio station. We're heading to, or not a radio station. No, the loft of Mr. Barron. What was his name?
it was a Mr. Buchanan.
Buchanan. That's what it was. Yes. DMJ radio station. The storage addict. We need to go there.
I agree.
You begin to make your way like out of this apartment as like the lot of you exit this room. You all just feel a rush of wind just like move kind of past and through all of you very like abruptly as it like pushes past you and like through the open door into Casilda's apartment, and you just hear a, "Where do you think you're going, governor?" And just as like it rushes by you, and you're all gonna take a point of bleed damage, and that's all gonna be that's all gonna be Ryan's fault for requesting a British ghost.
Thanks, Ryan.
And it pantses Dr. Lorenzo.
Oh,
as it
heavens.
rushes by.
Look away.
Lorenzo, cover yourself up.
I apologize.
This is not the time.
I didn't do
We
this.
have to rush.
We have to go.
I'm so sorry, and I try to run and I fall over because my pants are down.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
goodness.
tumble and roll down the stairs. The floor
God, don't
like
look
the
at me,
stairs.
Doctor! This is so embarrassing. Shit, I'll even take a body for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the great donation, Ryan.
Yeah, I think for Ryan's donation, yeah, you specifically targeting you, yeah, take a body and a bleed
I'll take
for getting pranked by a British ghost.
Take it happily. I just look back. Who the hell are you?
Do you yell from up the stairs?
Yes.
I just live here, don't worry.
You bastard.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, you didn't see. You didn't
What are
see
you
it, did you?
talking? I feel weird. Do you feel like a touch of something? But are you?
I'm just.
Did the tumble hurt?
Yes.
Is that what's
Very
happening?
much so. Very much so. I pulled my pants
And they
up.
just turn to whisper to Lauren and Darian, like, I think it hurt a lot more.
I'm just gonna walk into the room one more time to just look for this goddamn fucking ghost.
You walk
think
back all the stairs.
He's like, Darian's
Lauren-
like, doctor.
I think Lauren, like as you're sort of picking yourself up, is going to take out a notebook and be like, "How did it feel?"
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, he actually like goes into how it felt. Well, it was very chilling when it went through me, and then once it went through, I
You set
heard.
yourself up.
God damn it!
Just begins as he's like climbing up the stairs, and then there was and just like continues going until he finally looks inside. Bastard. And he'll just turn back around and then just walk down the stairs.
You
Anyways,
turn back
so-
around and walk out of the apartment, and the door behind you slams shut.
I don't think that ghost liked you.
That is
doctor.
a later problem. We need to deal with the current problem, one that can lead to even more mass murder. Moulded.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm ready.
So, Lauren, anyways, as I was saying, and we'll
You
go back
all-
into what he was feeling.
Lauren in this moment is going to try to explain what spite means and sarcasm.
Yeah. And we pull back as you all begin to run down the stairs and into your car and begin to make your way towards this radio station storeroom as we cut somewhere else across the city, like floating above a bunch of buildings, as we just see for like a brief moment, like moving between like stacks of radio equipment, a like elongated arm beast with like this like long like light mousy brown hair just all hanging from the face, deep purple veins like twitching and thrumming, and you can just see these like very thin lines over its body as it's just crawling through this space before it finds like a corner that it reaches around with its like very thin, almost phonograph style stylus claws as it kind of like pokes its head around a corner and begins to make its way upstairs. And we will return to deal with this at a later date.
We hit our goal, which means we get part 2.
We get part 2.
We get part 2.
We get part 2.
That goal is
that goal got shattered. We got 227. Great, everybody.
Whoa.
It's always incredible when, it's always incredible when we all come together to raise money for great causes like Black Girls Code. This is awesome. Thank you all so much for, being here and donating. Specifically, Ryan, thank you so much for attacking me with a very British ghost. It was highlight of the night. But
amazing.
Yes, thank you all so much. We truly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we should go around and tell everybody who we are.
Probably.
Let's start with Mozz.
Why did I know? It's fine. Hi, I'm Mozz. I'm totally ready for this. I am a voice actor in the space and AP performer and run games over at Starcrawl RPG and play games here on Twitch with my community. You can find all my cool stuff on my YouTubes and things like my solo TTRPGs. But I have had so much fun. This was my first ever game of Candela. I love this and I love this character. So thank you for having me on, and we get to raise money for an incredible organization. Thank you all for donating.
Let's head on over to Taylor.
Hey everyone, I've been Taylor, aka Spanky Taylor, Black Variety content creator, marketing consultant, and all that jazz. I have no projects coming up that's gonna be live stream at this moment in time. So just follow me on all my social medias to get updates and notifications on the pre-recorded stuff that will be coming out next month.
Ooh. All right, Andie.
I'm Andie, or Margamod's Games Online. This was really fun. I'm not really an actual play performer. I'm a game designer and writer in the middle of a Kickstarter for a 5e extraplanar eco-horror supplement full of mysteries and weird monsters like chromatic crabs from various elemental planes. It's inspired by my past as a climate scientist. The book is called Exoecology for Monster Hunters. Check it out.
Of course. Our wonderful GM, Becca.
Oh, that's
you.
me. That's
That's
me.
you.
Hello, I've been Becca. You can find me anywhere that I'm worth finding as Cool Armadillo. As for what I do, I don't do Ravenloft Misfits. I hang out around here. I am an immersive experience designer and prop maker and a bunch of other stuff, and occasional TTRPG performer. As for the only other streamed game I'm in at the moment, you can catch me running a much funnier game on Wednesdays over at twitch.tv/rollforfelicity, where I am the animator of a toon game where I'm leading all of my cast of toons through the post-apocalypse, and they are about to fight in the Blunderdome. And so that's a chaotic little fun time where I just get baffled every single time that I have to interact with it. But yeah, this was my first time GMing Candela, and was very
such a
excited
great job.
to bring
You
you
did
through this
so
little
great.
story. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I'm Jonny. I'm talking XP on everything. So if you're here, you know, probably, hopefully, know who I am. I love to run Candela, but I love being a player in Candela just as much. This was an incredible experience to be able to actually play a character in what a wonderful cast of people that we have here. I have a Daggerheart campaign that's going to be starting up on May 20th. It's called Bitten. It is going to be between Crit Hit Chronicles and here on Talking XP as well. We have an incredible cast of people, and let me tell you, we pre-recorded the first session. Magic, absolute magic. It was incredible. The cast was on point. They knew exactly what the assignment was, and they aced it. So look forward to that. It's gonna be May 20th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So I am so excited for it. But yeah, that's me. That's here. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you so much for helping us reach that goal and then some. We will be making sure that we're writing down all of the donation rewards and all that stuff. They will still be in effect when we come back for part 2. So make sure to follow for updates on when that is going to be. I'm sure everybody here is also going to be reposting and all that stuff, so you'll be able to find out. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. We truly appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.